Tuberculosis, or TB, might sound like a disease of the past, something from history books. You might think of it as a relic from a bygone era, a time when medical science was still in its infancy. But don't be fooled. TB is still around and continues to affect millions worldwide. It's not just a historical footnote, it's a current and pressing issue. This serious infectious disease is a major global health concern. Despite advances in medicine, TB remains one of the top infectious killers globally. Let's break down what TB is, how it spreads, and why it's so important to be aware of it. Understanding the basics can help us combat this persistent threat more effectively. TB often brings to mind images of Victorian-era sanatoriums where patients were isolated in the hopes of recovery. However, TB is not confined to the history books. It is very much a part of our present, affecting people in both developed and developing countries. This airborne illness is still a present-day threat, impacting individuals, families, and communities across the globe. It spreads through the air when people with active TB cough, sneeze, or even talk. In this essay, we'll delve into the world of TB, separating fact from fiction. We'll explore its origins, how it has evolved, and the modern-day challenges it presents. We'll uncover the realities of this disease, its history, and the challenges it poses. From its bacterial roots to its impact on public health, we'll cover it all. We'll also explore how we can protect ourselves and others through knowledge, prevention, and timely treatment. Vaccination, early detection, and proper medication are key. Join me as we shed light on this ancient enemy that continues to demand our attention and action. Together, we can make a difference in the fight against TB. TB, or tuberculosis, is caused by a bacterium called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This bacterium is a tiny, rod-shaped organism that can be seen under a microscope. This bacterium usually attacks the lungs, which is why TB is often associated with respiratory issues. However, TB is not limited to the lungs. It can also affect other parts of the body, making it a versatile and dangerous pathogen. Think of the brain, the spine, or even the kidneys. These areas can also be targeted by the TB bacteria, leading to severe complications. Imagine a tiny invader setting up camp in your lungs. That's what TB does. It infiltrates the lung tissue and begins to multiply. This invasion causes inflammation and damage, leading to a range of symptoms such as persistent cough, chest pain, and difficulty breathing. Understanding how TB operates within the body is the first step in tackling this disease. Knowledge is power. By knowing how it spreads and affects us, we can better protect ourselves. By learning about TB, we empower ourselves to take charge of our health and protect our communities. Education and awareness are crucial in the fight against tuberculosis. TB has plagued humanity for centuries, Marie. Evidence suggests that TB has been around for thousands of years. Think ancient Egypt. Scientists have even found traces of TB in Egyptian mummies. Throughout history, TB has been known by various names, including consumption and the White Plague. These names reflect the debilitating nature of the disease, particularly in times when effective treatments were unavailable. TB was once a death sentence for many. It's important to remember how far we've come in our fight against this disease. Section 4, TB Today, a global health challenge. TB is a global health problem. It affects people of all ages and backgrounds. Millions of people around the world are infected with TB. The World Health Organization estimates that 1/4 of the world's population has latent TB. TB is a leading infectious disease killer worldwide. The good news is that TB is preventable and curable. Early detection and proper treatment are key to stopping the spread of TB. Section 5, Myths, Stigma, and Prevention, Fighting Back Against TB. In this section, we will explore the common misconceptions about tuberculosis, the stigma that surrounds it, and the ways we can prevent its spread. There are a lot of myths and misconceptions surrounding TB. Many people think that TB is a disease of the past, but it is still very much present today. Some people believe that TB is only spread through coughing. This is a dangerous misconception. However, TB can also be spread through sneezing or even talking. The bacteria can linger in the air for hours, making it easy to transmit in crowded places. It's important to dispel these myths. Accurate information is crucial in the fight against TB. Stigma is also a major issue surrounding TB. People often fear being judged or ostracized if they are diagnosed with TB. People with TB often face discrimination. This can lead to feelings of isolation and depression, making it even harder for them to seek treatment. They might be afraid to seek help because of the stigma. This is unacceptable. Everyone deserves access to healthcare without fear of judgment. We need to break the stigma and ensure everyone feels safe accessing TB care and support. By educating ourselves and others, we can create a more supportive environment for those affected by TB.